Diablo 4, Season 5, the Infernal Hordes, and I give you another Druid build. This time we're gonna do the Landslide, or should I say, one of the most stupid and OP builds in a game, by far. Let's not waste time, and let's go. Okay, that's also done. So what you've seen in the video is actually Landslide Druid without Uber Unique, without Ring of Starless Skies, and some of the segments were also like this. I did tier 8s in the Infernal Hordes, the highest tier. I reached the pit 116 and it was very easy. I believe we can go all the way up to 125 plus, and that's without all items being upgraded to 12 out of 12. Okay, only few of them are upgraded, and most of my gear actually sucks, so you can imagine how OP this build actually is when all items are correct. Now, let's begin with items and what are we using on Druid. As I said, it's a stupidly OP build. You one-shot Uber bosses, you kill them in like a second, 2 seconds. What are the pros and what are the cons of this build? This build has extremely high DPS, huge attack speed, huge criticals, huge AoE. Cons of the build, it can be a bit squishy until you get good gear, and that's the only con of the build. Maybe a bit spirit hungry, but you gotta trade off somewhere, yeah. Until you get Ring of the Starless Skies, you're gonna have some problems with Spirit. Not big problems though, it's completely playable. I played with these 2 rings, okay? I was using this 2 as well, until I got the ring. So, let's begin with gear. Helmet. You can't use anything else but Vasili's Prayer. Very simple, it turns Earth into Werebear, and you play as a bear, okay? For armor, you can't use anything else but Insatiable Fury. It's mandatory. Okay, so your landslide goes up. Now it's 19 out of 5. Now speaking about landslide going up, For example, my gloves are complete garbage. I could never find a better gloves, but I had gloves for pulverize. So if you're capable of finding gloves with a star on Landslide instead of pulverize, and you upgrade to 12 out of 12, this easily goes up to 28 out of 5. Now that's a lot of damage. That's easily pet greater 150 plus. So you wanna find life on gloves, and aspect that we're gonna take is Poison Creeper active. Will cast Landslide, because you play with Landslide, yeah, and it's gonna trigger additional, and you deal more damage with her skills. Now, I'm probably the only one who played Landslide build with Tessits of the Dawning Sky. What it allowed? It allowed huge resists, okay, and I could put armor skulls in trinkets. So, Tessits of the Dawning Sky, it's not mandatory, but I would highly advise playing with it. It's gonna resolve all of your resists, and you're gonna be extremely tanky. As I said, Landslide build is a squishy druid. With Tessits, it becomes quite good at tanking as well. For the boots, we can't use anything else but the Wild Heart Hunger. As you can tell right now, we got 3 mandatory items already, but they're easy to find, if nothing else. Where you find them? By doing bosses, low tier bosses, okay. For the weapon, you wanna go with a mace, two-handed mace, and you wanna search for the aspect with Landslide, deals additional 26% bonus damage per hit, and it strikes additional time. For amulet, we use amulet that's gonna give us critical strike chance and life. The third stat doesn't matter, do whatever you like. As far as imprint goes, aspect, we go with 80% increased poison damage, because your poison creeper poisons and you deal more damage to poisoned enemies. Okay, and that's basically the only 3 imprints that you need. Now here, instead of the Ring of Starless Skies, okay, until you get one, you can go with imprint for core skills, because Landslide is core, yeah, until you get the Ring of the Starless Skies. Mandatory item would be Earthbreaker. Top 3 items that you actually need for this build. You cannot play Landslide build without Earthbreaker. Luckily, Earthbreaker is very easy to find. It drops freaking everywhere, so you won't have problems to do it, yeah. Also, I gave a full build for Pulverize. Pulverize is easier to assemble, so you can level up with Pulverize, you can play Nightmare Dungeons, tier 100 with Pulverize build that I gave. It's very cheap, very easy to assemble, until you get all of this gear, and then switch to Landslide. That would be the gear. Red gems go into armor for extra life, greens into weapon for critical damage, skulls to cap armor, they go into trinkets, and that's about it. Now the stats you see here are not the real stats. I'll show you the real stats now. As you play as a werebear that casts Landslide everywhere around, okay, this is how it looks like. This would be your real stats, and they go even higher during combat. Extremely high life, and that's the biggest problem to assemble on this build. We do it with skills and with Paragon. Let's see what we do now with Spirit Boons. We're taking Gift of the Stag, we're taking Iron Feather, and we're taking Avian Wrath. Critical, maximum life, and maximum spirit. You're hungry for spirit, you're very hungry for spirit, and you need life, yeah. Critical for extra damage. Here, we're gonna take Pack Leader, mandatory. You cannot play without it to reset Companion, because you're gonna spam Poison Creeper non-stop. It's gonna reset Poison Creeper. And the last one would be Masochistic. Why we take Masochistic? To heal while hitting enemies. Okay? You're gonna have Barrier, Healing, and Fortify at the same time. So basically your health is 200,000 and above during combat. This would be the skill tree. 1 point into Claw, 1 point into Enhanced Claw. We go down south, core skills, we're taking Heart of the Wild, 1 point, 3 points into Wild Impulses. 1 point into Predatory Instinct, and max out Iron Fur. Landslide maxed out, enhanced Landslide into Primal Landslide. Down here in defensive, we're taking Earthen Bulwark and we're taking Unstoppable for the Earthen Bulwark. We're going down to the companion skills where we're gonna take Poison Creeper, enhanced into increased critical strike chance. Now speaking about critical strike chance, when are you good to play with this build? As long as attack speed is above 20%, critical strike chance above 50%, and critical strike damage above 400%, you can start playing with Landslide Druid. Not before that. Those need to be your stats with armor capped and with resists maxed out. That's how you play basically. Of course, overpower needs to go above 1000. Back to the skill tree. We were at the Poison Creeper. From criticals from Poison Creeper, we're going and taking Clarity, 3 points into Clarity. Then we're going down, of course, taking, because we play as a bear, we're taking Mending, 3 points, 3 points into Provocation. Then we're taking Crushing Earth, because our bear deals earth damage. Then we're taking Stone Guard and 1 point into Safeguard. Down here, 1 point into Neurotoxin, 3 points into Envenom. That triggers the Poison Creeper and you deal even more damage. Yeah, now down south, we're going and we're taking Petrify. You max out Ulti Petrify. You use Petrify on bosses to burst them out fast. Here we take Defiance, 3 points. 3 points into Natural Disaster. 1 point into Circle of Life to heal even further during combat. Basically as lifesteal. And down here, Quick Shift, 3 points, and we max out Heightened Senses. As far as the key passive goes, you can play with Ursine Strength if you wanna be tankier and safer. If you wanna deal more damage, you're gonna play with Bestial Rampage. Both are valid, decide which one you wanna play with. The bottom line is, you can also play with Earth and Might if you suffer with Spirit. So if you're Spirit hungry, depends on your gear, you can also play with Earth and Might. That would be the skill tree. Now we go to the Paragon. Paragon looks like this. The very first sigil would be Werebear, because we play as a Werebear. Yeah, Landslide Werebear. And on a second board, we're unlocking Heightened Malice. On Heightened Malice, we ramp up Earth and Sky. Now we go to the right, we're opening up Ancestral Guidance, and we're gonna take Ancestral Guidance, and here we're gonna put a glyph called Dominate for increased overpower damage. Also very valid would be Tectonic as well, if you don't wanna play with overpower. Aside from Tectonic, Territorial also works here. From Ancestral Guidance, we're going up, and we're taking Constricting Tendrils board. Here we're gonna ramp up Maximum Life with Outmatch Glyph. Then we're going to the left, where we're gonna go with Survival Instincts board, and we're taking Spirit for extra critical strike damage. If you feel like you need more critical strike damage, you can also go with Tectonic, you won't be wrong with it. Once we finish on the left, then we go from Constricting Tendrils to the right for the last Paragon board, and that would be Earth and Devastation, where we're gonna take all of this. This is where I took my armor. If your items are better, and if you kept your armor, you can always go with something else. You can save 5 points here, yeah? Anyways, the last glyph would be Fang and Claw for additional critical strike damage. That would be the Landslide Druid. As I said, one of the most OP builds in the game. Again, play with a pulverized build I gave you for leveling your glyphs, for doing the Hell Tides, basically for doing all content in a game, and once you accumulate and acquire all gear, switch to Landslide, one-shot Uber bosses, and finish with the Infernal Hordes. This build can easily finish tier 8 without any problems. Especially if you go up and maxed everything on 12 out of 12. I didn't, because there was no need. You can do pit 120 without upgrades, and that says it all, how OP the build is. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Thanks for watching.